She done a coffee, neon checkout soon. Stackable posters buzzing in my head. Chasing that pile from the crowd and the band. We got stories in the scars, highlights on cars. Every mile another match, another broken glass star. It's a wrestling road trip after hours. Oh yeah, riding with legends through the night. News, interviews, and power. Turn it up, let the ring ropes light. Teddy in the front seat, Mac on the mic so loud. It's a wrestling road trip after hours. Going live for the hardcore crowd.
And it's another Wednesday night. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wrestling's Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and of course, my WWE Hall of Famer co-host. Always been, I don't know how many years we've been doing this, Teddy. I think we've actually been getting up on 3 years now, I think.
I think 3 years.
I think that's correct. But Teddy, always good to see you. I see Vince looking over your shoulder as he always did, even back when you
That's
were
he always looked out for me, and I got him back there now. He's still watching over me.
Man, look, Teddy, this is, you may have seen the thumbnail. For those of you who are in the room right now, we appreciate that very much. And of course, you can be a part of the show. And we ask that you are a heavy part of the show tonight, because the thumbnail that we sent out basically said, anything goes. We're going to let you direct the traffic tonight and ask anything. It could be about wrestling. It can be about cooking. I don't know. Let's just have fun. Let's see where you go with this. We know a lot of you come into the room and you always say hello and stuff like that. Say hello and ask a question at the same time, because Teddy and I, if I'm being honest, have been slam busy trying to get ready to get out of town. Teddy leaves out tomorrow for Vegas, and you'll be there for how many days, Teddy?
4 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Jeez, yeah, and you get to stay in one place. I'm in Vegas on Friday, then Saturday, Vegas, and then Sunday and Monday, I'm in New Mexico and Arizona.
You're a juggalo now.
That's right. Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Good times. Stranglemania. I will tell you more about that and coming up in just a little bit. But Teddy, so many things happening, and that's why we want everybody to help direct the show tonight. Also, share this around. Let everybody know we're live right now, and this is live. If you're watching this right now, it's live. If you watch this later, then it won't be live. But
well, they know that, man.
I know. You mentioned Vince McMahon, and I keep looking at him over your shoulder. There's been a lot of people saying that they think that Vince McMahon is and may still have some control inside WCW and the storylines right now. Do you see that to be true?
WCW?
I'm sorry, did I say WCW?
Yes, you did.
Well, see, that's what you should not let me do, is have coffee before I come in here.
I can't control you. I'm not over there.
But do you think it's possible that Vince McMahon is somewhat involved with WWE right now?
I don't think so, because there's nothing that I see that would give me an inkling that Vince would do. I just don't see. I don't know. Like I said, he could be. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think so.
But, there's a lot of people questioning the possibility because of some of the setups right now. You have Pat McAfee trying to claim back into the Attitude Era kind of genre with Randy Orton, and that's against Cody Rhodes. And they're trying to play WWE versus TKO kind of thing right now.
WWE versus TKO.
Yes. I mean, do you think that is a good idea? Because I saw this happen in WCW when the NWO got in there, and it was WCW versus NWO. Nobody won in the end.
But that was wrestling.
Oh, yeah, that was wrestling. But I mean, what is it now?
So why would you want to mix TKO up with WWE? I wouldn't do that right now. I mean, that may on down the road somewhere, but right now I think WWE needs to do some stuff to get their stuff off the ground.
Yeah, I think they're trying to use it as a like, wow, man, it's going to be company versus one of the branches of the company.
Well,
I don't think that's a good idea, really.
then I think you'd probably have to include some of those MMA guys, right?
Oh, I think you can include a lot of it into what they're doing right now because you do have the UFC. That's a part of that, umbrella of companies they got.
So you
Uh,
have a MMA guy go against a wrestler.
yep. Yeah. I mean,
That's
that,
that's exciting. I
yeah,
mean,
I,
I'd like to see that.
I would too. And I think that one of the things that we've seen in the past when it comes to professional wrestling is you don't see them bring the cage fight really into the wrestling ring. Like, let's say WrestleMania, it would be in a wrestling ring. But I would like to see a wrestler actually in WrestleMania inside a caged ring, kind of like what they use with the UFC, and put that somewhere else, somehow position it within the arena where you are to give fans a completely different perspective and feel for what we're about to see. I think that would be huge. I really do.
And I think you should watch the wrestler guy. I know that you have to go in some type of training. You know what I mean? Watch him, get himself ready for that. And also the MMA guy has got to get himself ready for a wrestler.
That's right.
So yeah, I'd like to see that. That's real.
Yeah, and I think when you tell the stories, I think people become even more involved in the story because they know more about the individual that's trying to make their way into the MMA to fight whoever, whether it's good or bad. I mean, can you imagine Conor
Well,
McGregor and one of the WWE guys at the time at the height of his popularity? That would have been huge.
well, all they got to do is I mean, cause everybody knows now. So all they got to do, the MMA guy says, "Oh, and by the way, your shit ain't real."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then that's all it needs. I mean, that's a simple spark. Just plain. And everybody understands that, that heat right there. Everybody.
Right.
All right.
But then when they
Before we get into the chat room, Teddy, I want to talk about WrestleMania this coming weekend. And of course, some of the matches on the card. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch. I know I'm trying to shift over a little bit there, Teddy. I don't watch a lot of WWE right now. I watch clips and stuff. So I'm going to go through this and tell you my thoughts, and Teddy, yours as well. But there is a six-man tag match. And by the way, live on ESPN2. Teddy, you know where that is, right? You know how to get to that, right?
no.
No, most people have no idea. And that's still a question today. I see it all the time during the chats in different areas and different groups. They're all saying, all right, hold on. How do I watch this now? I have to have this in order to watch that. Man, there's a lot of damn confusion. It was that way last year, and it's still that way this year. That's sad. But we have the six-man tag team match. I'm going to go past some of these because not all these are great matches. But I do want to talk about Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Your thoughts on where this might go? You got McIntyre, who's been in WWE for a long time, but has just now really started kind of catching on with somebody who's going to, it seems like, grow his character. But then you got Jacob Fatu, who's just a monster right now. If you're, booking this, who are you putting over in this, Teddy?
Well, I'd have to go with Jacob Fatu. But then again, we got to think about there's something that he did or something he got a little heat about. Didn't he put something online that
They all do that, though.
yeah, but
But
all
I know what you mean.
They don't talk about all of them.
Yeah.
If they did what he did, it'd have been talked about.
Yeah.
So sometime, you have to. We'll just see what happens.
You got Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We talked about this a minute ago with Pat McAfee and Randy Orton's corner, kind of playing that Attitude Era, role against the current day WWE. Who do you think is going to go over in this? And do you think storyline wise, it's time to get that belt off of Cody Rhodes?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of like you. I don't keep up with it as much as I used to. So I don't know. We know only they can determine that is what what TV ratings are doing and what ticket sales are. I don't think they run many house shows now. Many live events now is what they call them. So I don't really know. So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? He's had that for what, I want to say a year.
Yeah, yeah. If you know, off and on for more than that, probably Teddy. And
Yeah.
again, I don't know exactly. I'm
Well,
not one of those stat guys, but
yeah, like I said, it really doesn't bother them. I've seen them put it on somebody on WrestleMania and take it right off Monday night on Raw. So you
yeah,
know what I mean. So we'll just have to see. But I don't know. Drew's been such a loyal guy. He's been there a while. You know, he's good attitude. I've worked with him, man. Nice guy. You know, and I mean, you can watch him. He's always whatever they ask, he's always there to do it. So I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see where he's going. He's been there a while, so if
yeah,
they kind of maybe try to repackage him or something, you know what I mean? I think that would be good, but we'll just have to wait and see.
yeah. Excuse me. I think the storyline going forward, Fatu could use this win, whereas McIntyre, it's not going to hurt him if he loses. I really don't think it will because he's got a strong character. He just needs the right story. I mean, whether he wins or loses really doesn't matter because the role he plays is to antagonize the fans and the guy he's against. And that guy usually is not going to win the big matches. You never know, but usually that's not the case. All right, real quick, Rollins and Gunther. How bad would you feel if you're Gunther right now, Teddy, and you know that Brock Lesnar is going to be on the next night facing Obafemi? Are you a little disappointed that it's not you and Brock inside that ring?
Well, that's when you start taking it personal. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? No, that wouldn't bother me whatsoever. If that ain't who I'm working tonight, fine. Let me know who I'm working tonight. You want me back with Brock tomorrow? Fine. That's the way I follow the script. So if you could start feeling that way, you're taking it personal, and I don't think Gunther's taking it. I don't think that's bothering him at all. I think I had a chance to see him and talk to him a little bit. With his attitude, I think whatever they ask him to do, he's going to do it without any problem.
yeah, and there's a lot of guys who do that, but I think as a fan, though, I think everybody was expecting Brock Lesnar,
Well,
and then Obafemi just kind of came out of nowhere, and I get that too. You got a guy who is catching on fire, and that's without the company putting the rocket on his back.
right.
So they're taking advantage of a real natural build here.
Right. Well, well, you're looking at Brock is a big specimen. This guy, so you're looking at people that are real. This is real. This ain't no bunch of chemicals.
Yeah. We got CM Punk and Roman Reigns on Sunday night. I know you are a fan of CM Punk. Who you calling for this match, Teddy?
Well, I don't know. This one may be too close to call. You know what I mean? And then they could get a little bit out of this. I think there may be some interference from somebody. You know what I mean? So, like I said, they could get a good run. They could go into SummerSlam with this.
All right, let's see. I want to get into the chat room areas. I see that it is lit up. Excuse me, guys. I've had a cough for a couple weeks here.
Yeah, you have.
David Crone saying Mike Harold needs a hat. Okay. Mike, you need a hat. National Banana Day, Teddy.
You didn't answer the man. Do you have any hats?
Oh, look here. I thought, he's talking about our hats. I get you said last week. No, wait a minute. I'm gonna get on to you now, Teddy. Last week you said you were gonna have something for us to give away this week. You said that last week because I told you I didn't have any more hats here.
I got hats. I just don't know how to. I'll bring it to you in Vegas.
Okay, well that'll work. Or I'll just send Teddy the address and he can get it out of there.
No, I can't do all that. If I furnish the hat, then you got to do the rest of it.
There we go. Okay. So get your questions in, and the winner, of course, of the best question, according to Teddy. So Teddy needs to keep up with the names of who he wants to go back to in the questions. You have a chance of winning a Road Trip After Hours ball cap. And I don't have one handy, obviously, to show you right now. And Teddy doesn't either, I don't believe. But
I do have one. I just have to get up and go get it.
Yeah, and God knows we don't want to put you out for anything like that, Teddy.
No, I don't feel like getting up either.
Let's see. What's up with Violent J? Is he all right? That's coming from Dave. Dave, I don't really know. I have been seeing online that they had to cancel one of the concerts. I think it was last night or the night before at the time of this recording. But I think it was just a minor thing that caused him to lose that one night. And I think they're right back at it. So I think he's okay, unless something else has happened that I'm not aware of. But if not, and he's still not feeling well, I hope he gets well soon. Violent J's got a really busy week right now. Let's see. Also, Curly Man is popping in the room saying, hello, Mac and Teddy.
What it is, Curly Man?
And we have pretty classy lady saying hello, and she's laughing at the fact that I said WCW. I can't
Yeah,
help it. I
yeah.
grew up on WCW. It wasn't WWE.
That's no excuse.
Teddy, you're a Southern guy. So tell me, wrestling for you was WCW, NWA real wrestling, real professional wrestling versus the comic book stuff that was going on up at WWE? Is that how you perceived it?
I started in NWA was real wrestling,
Yes.
okay, where guys beat the hell out of each other every night,
Yep.
okay, because that's how they drew money. You had to make people believe, you know what I mean, and that's what they did. And so back then, that's why, what gets me, is, myself, I've been in this 40 some years, you know what I mean, and I learned from the best. I was with the people created this, and you have the audacity to disrespect me. And you know what I mean? So, at that, but I'm getting over it now, because I'm understanding. I've had some time off. I'm glad of that, get my thoughts and things together, you know what I mean? So I really got it now. I understand. So I know what it is. I'm just giving my life to God, and whatever He has out there for me, that's the way I'm going.
I'm going to keep saying this, and you're going to keep trying to play it off a little bit. But ever since Miss Denise got into your life, brother, you have done a 360 or a 180. I'm sorry, that you've just turned around and in some of your ways that you were, because you were getting a little cranky and mean spirited there, and you just needed, I think, Denise to get in there and kind of calm you down a little bit. And it seems like she's doing a great job, if that's the case. Her
Well,
and
let me
Rufus are doing a job.
no, 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 no. Denise is certainly doing a great job, but you don't know. I'm the one has to calm Denise down.
Oh
Okay.
Lord, oh Lord. Now, don't start anything now, Teddy. I'm trying to put you over with Denise, and you're
Well, see,
just
I'm over with her. You ain't got to worry about that part. But I'm saying, after me and Denise got together, you don't really know someone to live with them a while or be with them, and so yeah. But she's something else, man. And I'm talking about drive. Me and her rode. She drove the last time we went to Lexington, North Carolina. And buddy, you talking about road rage, Denise. I mean, she just ready to run over everybody, and then she'll cuss too. Fuck.
my wife, who is the sweetest Southern belle that you could imagine. When from anybody who's not from the South, and you think about Southern women, and they all talk so sweet. She
Oh
doesn't do
yeah, oh yeah.
now she doesn't put on that sugar sweet stuff in the real heavy Southern tone, but she's a Southern girl. God bless her. She was in the car the other day and she was driving, and she is road raging, just like you said Denise is doing.
Yeah.
She never did that before. And I just started laughing, and I'm laughing, and she's going, "What is so damn funny?" I said, "You are sitting here for doing the same thing that you give me shit about every single time I drive.
Oh
And now
yeah.
you are doing it." And she just started laughing because she realized she was. It was a complete,
Oh
example of
yeah.
how I do it. And she didn't mean to do it on, as a joke. She came out
Yeah.
real. All
Oh
right,
yeah.
let's see. John Z, WCW for life. He's sticking on that WCW thing. Yeah, man. I do. If I've got to pick a favorite company of my time in wrestling that really got me involved, it was that early days of WCW, NWA, when it kind of did that crossover, and you had so many, icons of wrestling that were still in the ring at that point. That's the sweet spot for me. Even though I love the Attitude Era, that was my favorite time, really.
Well, NWA days were the days, man. That's the days that you learn, man. I mean, you had to learn in order to stay around,
Oh yeah.
and you had to know, you know what I mean. And I'm just glad I came up in that era because I learned so much from so many people that really knew what this was all about, and made me understand. And Vince McMahon was certainly one of them. He made me understand this ain't no joke. This is a serious business here. This is about drawing money.
You hear Teddy
And like,
using Vince McMahon because Vince McMahon's looking over his shoulder as he's speaking. Go ahead, Teddy.
well, good. I don't want to piss him off.
Let's see. We do see the pretty classy lady is saying the product is too sloppy right now for Vince to be running the show. He's a
Right.
professional. And yeah, that's the thing that always, I'm glad you said that, pretty classy lady, because that is exactly when I hear these things and these rumors, I'm like, no, I can't imagine that he would have
That,
anything to
that,
do with what we're
yeah,
seeing right now.
that's what I just said. I just that I see nothing there that makes me think that he has something to do with it.
Let's see. We have Dave saying WCW was great. Don't care what anyone says. Those were good times.
Well,
Really,
what people don't know, the WCW ended up being the NWA. So Ted Turner bought it from Jim Crockett. So you saw the NWA. It was just a different logo, WCW.
yeah, and that's the part, that little sweet spot I was just talking about. That's where my favorite period of time was, because you had those guys coming from the other company, even though it was never really a change of the company, it was just a change of the brand. That was
Right.
it. And when they did that, but man, there was a lot of good people during that changeover. There were really great talent on the roster
Yeah.
that you just don't see anymore. And you have, let's see, Dave saying WCW was great. Don't care what anyone says. Those were good times. Yep. And also, let's see, he was saying, will JCW ever come to St. Louis? That question was asked on the post show last week, Dave, and I believe that is something that they'd like to do, but we get near the St. Louis area, but it all has to do with finances and how much it costs and travel and everything else. But I do know that we're looking to expand the travel for JCW, so you never know. You just never know. Money Mag saying, bye-bye. Hello, all. Hey, Money Mag, good to see you in here, man.
Good to see you, Money.
Let's see. We also have, man, what is it? It's almost 20 after. Hey, you guys are doing great, by the way. It's free to do this, guys. It doesn't cost you a super sticker. Want to be a part of the show? Just drop it in the chat room. We'll throw it up on the screen. Curly Man Teddy got another question. Do you still have those fly suits that you used to wear on WWE? Holla, player.
I think I may have one now. I had a lot of those I sold them. People wanted them. But I think I may have one now that I wore in WCW, but I still have some of the ones that I wore on in WWE.
Curly Man is also saying, hey, Teddy, what is your favorite dish to cook?
Nothing. I can't cook, Curly Man. I mean, Denise we were talking about that just the other night. She asked me what I was eating, and I told her I showed her the stove, how the people had to come in and clean, and they had cleaned the stove up so good. And she asked me, I said, I never used that stove. I don't know how to cook. So
Teddy has lived on the road most of his life, so the thought of him actually sitting in the kitchen and cooking is almost, and this is during the time when, they didn't work a couple of days a week. They were working, 6-7 times a week, and
yeah,
maybe get home to watch.
I came home for 2 days. All I did was wash my clothes and put them back in that suitcase and took right back off.
Let's see. Ryan Brown. Hey, Ryan. Hello, brothers. Are y'all looking forward to WrestleMania this weekend? And if so, what's y'all's match that y'all are looking forward to the most? We were just talking about that, Ryan. And if I'm being honest, if somebody said name a match real quick and I didn't have to really think about it, there's not a match I can think of. Because I don't follow it close enough.
I'm looking forward to CM Punk and Roman. I think those guys they're old school. They know they'll work their asses off, man. They'll really entertain the people. So I'm looking. If it was one I'd want to see, I'd certainly like to see that one.
Teddy, would you like to see WrestleMania just go back to one night versus the 2-night thing? I mean,
well, I can't make that call because they
whatever. Just you personally, though. I mean, you personally, as your personal choice. Do you like the 2 nights, or would you prefer it being that one night it used to be?
Well, I'd like the one night. I think that's enough. You know what I mean? That makes you hungry for next year.
There
you know
what
I mean? Yeah, I'd like that one night. Let's give them a big show that one night and be done with it.
Yep. And that was the comment I made just recently. I said the same exact thing. I said, if you go back to one night, you make people hungry. You don't give them too much. They don't leave the table going, God, I ate too much. You want them going, man, I might come back for some more of that later.
And I don't think, I don't know. What do I know? I don't think they have enough going on for 2 nights.
No, well, your storylines have to be really strong, and they have had issues with storylines in the last year or two. And so, 2 nights, I don't know how you justify that to really draw people in, which is why you see some of these names popping up all of a sudden, getting involved in these matches that are from outside WWE. It's an effort to sell more tickets and make it more appetizing to people to want to watch. Let's see.
You gotta, those people got to mean something too.
Oh yeah, but they always go after those influencers with those millions of followers and stuff, so they can try to get those people to start watching. Which, business wise, I understand that makes sense.
That's not a bad idea.
Let's see. Michael saying, what do y'all think about the situation with Alberto Del Rio? Teddy, have you heard about
I
this?
don't I don't know anything about it.
He was arrested. I don't know the specifics. This is just what I recall from getting online, but he was arrested for beating his wife or trying to kill his wife, something along those lines. It was all alleged. He was booked into jail. I do know that. And
Wow.
his wife dropped the charges and he had to post a bond. But it's not the first time I've heard stories about him being a little heavy-handed and kind of losing his cool. But I thought that, and I hate it because Del Rio's character when he was in WWE, I really enjoyed. I thought
talked to him. I talk to him every day. When I started hearing all this crazy stuff about him, I said, "No, not him. That ain't the guy." I mean, he was a sweetheart of a guy, man. He was great to talk to. He always spoke to me. Hello, Teddy. I mean, golly.
Well, he knew how to play that role too, Teddy. JBL needed a good person to play off of.
Yeah.
Man, he was perfect. They were two of a kind to me. That was like you got JBL, the American, and then you've got Alberto Del Rio, from Mexico. So you got these two guys who are very similar in character, and he carried himself so damn well, just like JBL. Just those guys knew how to do their job. So I hate to see that he's gone.
He ran it like the cartel.
Yeah. Well, man, let's see. I'm trying to get all you guys in here. Pretty classy lady saying, I hope I'll see y'all in Las Vegas. You'll see me Friday. If you're lucky, you have to be around that show I'm doing with JCW for Stranglemania. Teddy, again, remind people where you're going to be.
I'm in the hotel there, wherever
some hotel in Las Vegas. I'll just
they call it the Fox something. I'm not sure, but it's where the event is, where WrestleCon is. That hotel.
Oh, the Cat House.
Yeah, that's where I'm staying, right there in that hotel. So that's all I can tell you. I know I'm there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
All right. Well, I hope have you heard about TSA in Atlanta? Or is it still really bad? Or is it finally calmed down?
Don't bother me. I got status.
Man, lucky.
I walk right on through, brother.
All right, let's see. We have good to see you in the room tonight. Mac and Teddy.
You sure you're not this person's father?
Have y'all ever worked with Vampiro? Who can outsmoke who if y'all ever smoked out?
I never smoked out. I always smoked in.
I always inhaled. When it comes to Vampiro, did you work with Vampiro, Teddy?
No.
I never thought I would ever work with Vampiro. Lo and behold, in fact, on the show this coming week, you'll see where I do work with Vampiro. And it was a surprise, but man, he cuts a blistering, and I mean a blistering promo at the start of JCW Lunacy this week. It's tomorrow night at 7:00 on the Psychopathic Records YouTube page. And when I say blistering, I don't know if there's going to be bleeps or what, but I was there when it was going down live. And brother, man, one of the hottest promos I have seen in a long time. It felt extremely real. And I was, man,
he's been around. He knows.
Yeah. So, guys, make sure you check that out. That's JCW Lunacy tomorrow night. Mike, Teddy, do you have any stories about Harley Race?
Yeah. Harley was, like I said, he was great, man. He always trying to help me out. Harley had this thing he had was back before the people knew it was a stun, like a taser or something. But they got but it was handheld. Yeah. So Harley always did. He terrorized me and JYD. JYD couldn't really stand it. Every time he eased up to JYD and hit him with he couldn't hardly stand that. So he'd hit me with it one time, and I'd just take off. I wouldn't get it back around him anymore. But Dog couldn't get away from him, so he just kept hitting us with it. So he had this little taser he used all the time. And the last time I saw him, I went to the hospital to see him. He was here in Atlanta, and I went to see him, right before he passed. And that was really inspiring for me. And he made me feel real good when I came to see him, but I had to go. Harley did a lot for me.
Yeah, I remember that time because I remember you were keeping me up to date with how he was doing during that time. I think he was in the Atlanta area, and he was actually, there's no family in the area at that time, right?
Well, his wife and was there, and I think she was there with somebody else that was related to him, but they were
Maybe
there.
her son, who goes to a lot of
Yeah,
places with
I
her.
think so. Yeah, but yeah, they were there.
Yeah, in fact, there'll be an SICW too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So we'll get to see them there. I think. Now, don't hold me to that. Herb is probably having a coronary right now because he's like,
Yeah,
I don't have them booked.
I got a picture where I'm holding Harley's jacket when I went down to see him there. Yeah, I'll have to put that out there.
Yeah, and when I said I enjoyed the times of the crossover of NWA, Jim Crockett into WCW, and I was talking about the roster, that was one of the names that was on that roster that made it so special.
Yeah.
God, wow, we got so much in here. I'm going to try to get all you guys, and then we got to get out of here because we all got to get packed up in a suitcase. We have Pee Wee saying, "What up, Mac and Teddy? Good to
What's
see you,
up with
Pee Wee."
you, Pee Wee?
And I'll let you do this one, Teddy, because you know this lovely lady.
Ellen Divins. All right. She says, letting us know Buddy saying hi. So we want to say hi to Buddy, and I hope Buddy is selling some t-shirts.
Dave is wondering, do you guys have dogs? If so, what kind? Teddy, you're the only one with a dog.
I've got Mr. Rufus, and Rufus is a pit bull and German shepherd. And I don't have him here with me tonight. He would be in here, but he's in the border because I got to leave tomorrow. So, but Mr. Rufus, that's my man.
Poor
And I keep thinking he's here because he's here so much. Every time I go in the room, I'm looking for him. So
you're gonna miss him for a while. Michael
yeah.
said, "Did y'all know the wrestling official that passed away?" There was somebody that we lost, and I know him from Albany, New York. I've met him a couple of occasions. I wish I could remember his name. And if that's what you're talking about, I did hear about his passing, and all I can say, and I wish I could think of his name. And in fact, if you know that, throw it up on the screen real quick, because Michael, that would help me. But he was a nice guy. He worked up in the New York area as an official for WWE, and he passed away. But great stories every time I met him.
I probably knew him. Well, not knew him, but I probably seen him.
Yeah, I would imagine you have. And Teddy, that is all we have time for tonight. We got to get out of here. So you've had to keep up with the different things in the room tonight. Who's going to get that free road trip after hours ball cap?
We'll give it to the gentleman there that he asked me.
What did he ask you?
Harley Race.
He asked you about Harley Race. Let's see.
He asked about that. Did I have any good stories about Harley Race?
Okay, hang on. I gotta find those things. Because you're supposed to remember the name so I can find him real quick.
Well, it was right there. We just had it.
Well, okay. It was one of the last ones we did. Okay.
Yeah.
Buddy says, "Hey, Pee Wee, that's Mike." No, we got that. No, oh, there we go. That was Mike Harold. So Mike will get the ball cap this week. Mike, make sure that you get me your information to me so I know exactly where to send that to. You can send it to me by Gmail at MacDavisMail. That's MAIL at gmail.com. And if you'll get that to me, I'll make sure to get that out for you as well. That may take about a week or so because I'll be going for several days before I can get to it. But outside of that, guys, thank you very much for being a part of the show. We appreciate this because this room and the people who have gotten involved with us, especially in it seems like the last year, the growth has been extremely gratifying to see. Like I say, Teddy and I, we don't make money doing this. We enjoy doing this.
Why do you keep stressing that?
I know, because I know you hate that. So I always love to say we keep doing this for free. We're going to keep doing this for free. But if we have sponsors, that's a whole different thing. But as far as our viewers,
but why don't you stop saying it? And maybe we might get a sponsor.
What sponsors I would like? Hey, you want to sponsor the show?
How's the sponsor go come to us and we don't charge him? You saying we'll do it for free?
No, I'm talking about the viewers. But now sponsors, if you got something you want to sell to our viewers, all you have to do is drop me an email as well. That's MacDavisMail at gmail.com. And hey, look, we would love to have sponsors.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. I haven't got one yet, Teddy, but you know.
Well, now we're working on it. Somebody out there might want us to talk about them.
You're always fussing about something. I don't know. Why you fuss so much, huh? I didn't even get to talking about SICW. Don't forget that. That's coming up. Tickets for that Fan Fest is on May 8th and May 9th, and that's in Fairview Heights, Illinois. Boy, I can't believe I remember that right now. And
I can't believe it either. Wow. I'm just stunned.
You can get your tickets at sicw.org. Teddy, anything you want to get put out there before I say goodnight?
No, I don't want to put nothing out there.
I don't either. I see somebody looking over our shoulder right now. It's Vince going, cut.
No, God damn it.